Hello, my name is Dr. Diallo. I'm an academic coach for a local elementary school where I have over 25 years of teaching and testing experience. I'm also a testing expert with study.com. Are you preparing to take the FTCE ESOL K-12 with testing code 047 subtest? If so, you've definitely come to the right place. This is an exam to assess prospective teachers of K-12 English for speakers of other languages in the state of Florida. It covers the subtopic of knowledge of culture as a factor in English language learners, ELLs Learning. I will walk you through a few sample test questions, and we will go over how to answer each question along with other test-taking strategies. Let's take a look at problem number 1. A new student was having trouble finishing his lunch each day in the cafeteria because he was not used to the larger portion sizes that the cafeteria served to the students. He was visibly upset each day coming to your class after being rushed out of the cafeteria. This is an example of which of the following terms. We have 4 possible choices: intrinsic motivator, culture shock, language acquisition, and religious diversity. Let's discuss what these 4 words mean. An intrinsic motivator that comes from within a person. Because this particular scenario is not discussing anything motivating, this would not be the best option. Choice 2 would be culture shock. A culture shock is whenever someone moves to a new country. There's usually a period of adjustment to that country's culture, their traditions, and their norms, and sometimes that adjustment can be disorienting and cause anxiety. This is the definition of culture shock, so this could be a possibility. Our third choice, language acquisition, refers to a student's ability to learn a new language. Because this isn't necessarily referring to learning a new language, that would not be the best choice. And our final choice, religious diversity, deals with the person's religious choices. And because this does not discuss anything about religion, that would not be the best option. Our only option that would make sense for this particular question is culture shock. Therefore, culture shock would be the best answer for this question. Which of the following questions would most align with the types of questions provided in a home language survey for ELL students? So upon enrollment at a school, the parents of the student are given what's called a home language survey for ELL students. And this is to determine whether or not the student would qualify for services provided from someone with the ESOL department. We have 4 possible choices. Is the child at a grade level proficiency concerning speaking and writing the English language? This particular question goes into a lot more detail than what's necessary for the home language survey. So this would not be a question that's typically on the survey. The next choice, what is your child's native language? This, however, would be important information to determine if a student needs services. So this could very well be a possible choice. The third choice says, did the child receive any English instruction at his or her previous school? That also is not a question typically found on home language surveys because, again, it's just more in depth than what's necessary. Our last possible choice is, how long has your family lived at your current address? Well, the current address has nothing to do with the language acquisition, so therefore that also would not be the best choice. When we think about the child's native language, the home language survey is used to determine students' home language experiences. So school officials can use such insights to determine how much students rely on their native language and how much English they might actually use at home. Therefore, our best possible answer solution is going to be, what is the child's native language? Which of the following teaching philosophies emphasizes the incorporation of cultural aspects? Our choices are culturally passive teaching, culturally motivated teaching, culturally aggressive teaching, and culturally responsive teaching. So we have 4 choices, all of which contain the word culturally and the word teaching, which could be a little confusing. However, let's look at the middle term in each of these words. We have passive for the first choice. When we think about culturally passive teaching and the word passive usually means we're not really focused on anything in particular, and the instruction is happening without too much of a focus on anything. This may not be the best choice. Culturally motivated teaching, while we can be motivated by cultures, this doesn't necessarily mean that we bring all the cultures into mind and share them equally with the students. This is a possibility, but may not be the best solution. Culturally aggressive teaching, when we think of the word aggression, this is not necessarily a positive word that we want to utilize very often, so this may not be the best choice. However, when we notice the word culturally responsive teaching, when we're doing this, we're emphasizing the incorporation of student culture in the learning environment. This is especially relevant to ELL classrooms because the students will have a more comfortable learning experience when their own cultures and traditions are reflected in the curriculum, therefore making their learning experience more personable. Therefore, the best possible answer for this particular question is culturally responsive teaching. Which of the following is likely to result in the strongest development of emergent literacy? Our choices are: a 4-year-old regularly attends preschool. Each night before bed, a child's parents read to him. When a child is antsy, the child's parent gives her a tablet to play games. Or a child regularly sits on the floor and flips through picture books to look at images. While some of these are definitely great for emergent literacy skills, there's definitely one that stands out as the best choice. Each night before bed, a child's parents read to him. The reason that this is because first and foremost, involvement with texts should be purposeful and substantial in order to promote emergent literacy. This is the most effective strategy because when parents regularly read to their children, there's direct interaction with the text with some guidance. Some preschools, for answer choice number 1, do not fully teach emergent literacy skills, so there's no guarantee that the first choice is definitely not the best. When a child is antsy, we know that giving it a tablet, while may be engaging, is definitely not the best choice for emergent literacy skills. And the final choice, looking through picture books and images, while this is a great emergent literacy activity, it is not the best because we have heard through research that parents are their child's first teacher. Therefore, our best answer for this particular question is each night before bed, a child's parent reads to him. I hope that you found this video to be helpful. Check out more videos on our website and this channel. Please remember to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any more of our awesome videos. You can also get a lot of help from our website at study.com. As a member, you can access short, targeted video lessons, extra study materials, personalized study plans, and hundreds of practice problems. We'd love to hear from you, and we'd love your feedback on your experience. So please be sure to tell us what you think. Wishing you all the very best of luck on your test. Good luck.